this was an amazing run. And again, I think, see, when you look at the goal against United, the goal against Charlton, you say those are amongst his best goals. If you say what is his biggest goal in terms of the quality of the goal, the opponents and the stage, it was this goal against Real Madrid. At the Bernabeu, against Real Madrid, I believe that's even Roberto Carlos, even there in the background, taking the ball from the halfway line, running all the way, by himself, solo dolo, and I think it was Casillas in goal, and literally leading his men in the front line. This has to be the biggest goal he's ever scored. And even I remember watching it live, I was like, wow, Henry just did that. And that just added to his legend. It just added to his legacy. Added to his legend and legacy. But this was a big goal. Again, we'll talk about 06 and this run. But this just showed you that, okay, yes, I can give you the quality of goals. I can entertain you. But cometh the hour, cometh the stage, I can also say what's up in a big game. Not only say what's up in a big game, but say what's up in a quality way. Because again, this was a quality goal against a quality opponent on the biggest club stage. And again, we have to look at your boy Wenger, man. I think Wenger was very key in Henry's development. Without Wenger, does Henry become what he comes? I'm not sure. No. Now, maybe you can say he goes to different managers and so forth, but trust me, there was Henry before Wenger, Henry after Wenger. Henry before Wenger, he was a pace merchant. Let's just play. He was a pace merchant, which was very fast, very quick, and he relied a lot on his speed. Under Wenger, he became a footballer. See, he went from a pace merchant to a footballer. Because, okay, no, this is now a guy that is now playing at a high technical level, and I do feel that, of course, the player has to play into it, but I think Wenger had a lot in so making Henry that dude and taking Henry to that next level. Had a lot to do that. So this was in tandem, and I think they really worked off each other very, very well. And I think Henry, for sure, Henry would say the most important manager in his career was Wenger. I say not even manager. I say one of. We don't know what the most is, but for sure, one of the most important figures in his football career has to be Arsene Wenger, for sure. Now, if you're an Arsenal fan, if you're an Arsenal fan, this is purely for Arsenal fans. For football fans, cool. For Arsenal fans, this is their favorite Henry moment. For many Arsenal fans, this is probably one of their favorite moments ever. At White Hart Lane, against Tottenham, with an absolutely crazy solo goal. And because when I was prepping this, I was like, this is where it's from. Because there's the statue outside of the Emirates, and 100%, this was the image that statue for sure was modeled on this celebration. He's done this many times, but I think they said, okay, if we're going to use like an image to model the statue of, it's got to be the celebration against Tottenham. Because for any Arsenal fan, you ask them, what is your favorite Henry goal? They'll say it's this one. This one. It's against Tottenham and the kind of goal it was, because it was an amazing goal. But it's being an amazing goal, that's one thing, but it's being against Tottenham at their crib, bro. Come on, bro. Come on. Now we come to Drogba. Drogba was a finals merchant. Drogba spoke fluent trophy and fluent for final. In a final, he's always going to turn up. Chelsea's greatest hour. But at this point, it was Chelsea's greatest hour. Again, a final. United, Wembley, FA Cup, that's one thing. Champions League final against a Bayern Munich side as good as this. Yes, that is your boy Bart Simpson up in that piece. A Bayern side as good as this in their home stadium. So for Drogba to come out and do this, it's like, yo. Come on, bro. It gets real. It gets real. Because this goal came out of nowhere. When Mona scored, I was like, okay, yeah, Chelsea was a good runner and so forth. Nobody saw this goal coming. Nobody saw this goal coming. And I think the only guy who truly believed was Drogba, because Drogba was like, bro, this is what I do. It's a final, we're not done yet. As long as I'm on this pitch, we ain't done yet, bro. We ain't done yet. Until that guy blows that whistle, we ain't done yet. Believe. And Drogba believed. And Drogba believed. And with this kick, Drogba sealed himself as Chelsea's greatest ever player. Like, again, for me, I feel Zola is Chelsea's most gifted player, for sure. He's their most gifted player. And Zola is the best player to play for Chelsea. Second is Hazard. But I still say Zola is the most talented player to play for Chelsea. And then you may say Zola, then it may be a tie between Ashley Cole and Hazard. But greatest is Drogba. This goal, this moment was when Drogba sealed it. This kick sealed it as, yes, I am now Chelsea's GOAT, Chelsea's greatest ever player. He greatly underachieved for Ivory Coast. And I think what makes it even worse was when he retired, they then go and win the AFCON. Beating Ghana in the final. And and for me, I just don't get it. But you have to. It's a flop, because we know how good you are as a striker. We know how clutch you are as a striker. We know how good you are at finals, and you were part of a golden generation Ivory Coast team that were so superb. And that Ivory Coast team were easily better than Zambia. He flopped. So we can say Drogba was tops for Chelsea, but when it comes to internationally, because you see, you can't hold this against a George Weah because it's Liberia. It's Liberia. So you can't hold this against George Weah. But for Drogba, there are no excuses. Like you can say, oh well, but no, there is no buts, there is no excuses. This is a flop. You're one of the best strikers in the world, playing for the most talented team in Africa, and you couldn't give me one AFCON. It's a flop. It is a painful, painful flop. Henry. As we said, best place of a play in the Premier League. And I say he's one of the most talented strikers we've ever seen. Easily one of the most talented strikers we've ever seen. So from a footballing point of view, an amazing, incredible talent. It's a scary start. It's a very scary start. Henry isn't good at finals. And when you look at Henry's record at finals, it's not good. It's not good. And I look at the UCL final. Yes, Arsenal were down to 10 men, but Arsenal had a great opportunity. They were 1-0 up, and Barcelona's star player wasn't having his best game. I know how they will say 10 men, they play much more compact, and sometimes it's difficult to play against 10 men because they're so compact. So Arsenal had the edge. All they needed was just an extra goal, a second goal. I think Barca are done, specifically because our dear friend here, Dino, wasn't having his best game. And this was Barca's talisman. And Henry had opportunities. Not as if it was tied to, he had opportunities. So this is for Henry, man. The big one that strikes me is 02-03. And that is where Henry is different. 02-03 is where Henry is different. Now, of course, 04-05, 25-14, that's amazing. He got 30 Gs in 03-04. But 02-03, 24 goals, 25 assists. That is insane. And I think that was the season in which people were like, okay, this guy's different. Like this guy, this is of a different breed. Because, first of all, very few people even get to those many goals. But the fact that you can score 24 goals, but also dish out 25 A's. So you get 24 Gs and dish out 25 A's. That is very different for us. That is on ahead of a striker. For a striker to be that prolific and also that's giving as well, and to have that creativity, that's what made Henry so good. because he had the brilliance and intelligence to be able to find the pass, to find the creativity, and also know how to get his as well. And that's what made him special. That's what made him pretty special, was really that 02-03 season, man. And even he followed it up with another 30 Gs. And again, but you can't sneeze on 04-05. Double figures in goals and assists. Like 02-03, that is, and I still think that record still holds. I think De Bruyne may have equaled the assist record, but even if he assisted it, nobody has ever had those level of goals and those level of assists. Because that's the thing. The guys say, okay, I'm focusing on assists. Okay, I'm focusing on goals. To be able to spread the goals and assists like that is freaking insane. It's freaking insane. But also 04-05, give it up. 25 Gs, 14 As. That's big, you know? So, and even when you just look at it, 9 assists, 6 assists, 25, 6, 14, 8. The assists, that's it. It just shows you what a special all-round talent Henry was. Now we look at our boy Drogba. And I think this is where things get a little bit tricky for Drogba right now. So, your boy he reached 30 Gs. So 24, 24, 30, 25, 27. 10, 12, 20, 8, 5. So, and again, this is where it gets real. The only time Drogba only reached 20 goals or above twice. He only reached 20 goals and above twice. Henry reached 20 goals and above 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So 5 times Henry got 20 goals and above. And 2 of which he had double figures in assists. For Drogba, only twice. So what this shows is Henry was a better volume goal scorer than Drogba. It is what it is. Like, you see, this is where we have to bring the stats. Because then the numbers just speak for itself. When we look at the raw numbers, Henry was simply a more prolific goal scorer and also better creator than Drogba. To watch the rest of this vid and gain access to more content crack, think about becoming a Patreon member. Click the link below in the description box or head over to patreon.com/halfhope and gain access to more content crack. Let's ride.